Hello there, everyone. I'm meteorologist Anthony J., part of the team here at Weather Valet, and we're updating everybody on Hurricane Melissa. We're watching this very closely, obviously, because it is now an historic hurricane. It has made landfall in southwestern Jamaica near the town of Black River. Let me show you some information. Here's the storm now on the satellite. This it took a turn to the north northeast like we anticipated it would, and now the eye is very close to Montego Bay, which is a famous resort town over there, right over here on the north side of the coast. And it made landfall as a category 5. This could possibly be the strongest hurricane ever to land in the Western Hemisphere. It is certainly among the top three. And you can see it right here. We're seeing extremely intense conditions across the western third of Jamaica where the eye is hitting. Kingston areas to the east didn't get it as bad, but it is bad for sure because we've been getting gusts of a hurricane force. So you're not getting off, easy per se, but it's not as bad as it would have been though in the capital city. And this was the strongest hurricane. Now we're calling this now preliminary that this is at least tied for the strongest hurricane to make landfall in the Western Hemisphere. So the other one was in 1935 in the US in the Florida Keys. So you can go even to places out in the West Pacific where they get storms like this much more frequently. But it's rare actually that you see one of this magnitude make landfall as uh, as strong as this is. Now let's take a look at some images that have been going on. Montego Bay over here. Let me show you some of the images
I'm
here.
live on Twitter.
Okay, that is from earlier this morning, a little
This
after
is crazy.
sunrise. Tropical storm force wind gusts, the water's being blown around. You can see pools around there because lots of resorts, as everybody knows, that's a famous part of western Mexico. So even there, the winds were kicking up. So people there, for sure, hunkered down and scared about what's going on across that area. The storm has made landfall, like I said, near the town of Black River. Here's some of the footage from earlier today that was going on. That's on the southwest coast. You can see uh, getting closer to the front of the storm, what was going on there. It was absolutely horrible, as we could tell. And we really do hope that people evacuated and heeded the warning. You can see, and that's not even, category 5. Unfortunately, some damage pics you can see here. A structure or home was ripped to shreds by the wind. So, and it's really the storm surge that is the biggest killer with these storms. You can survive the wind better than you can the storm surge coming into your home or somewhere. Here's some more pics of Montego, and I'll show you this. The loud crackling thunder came out. Play it again. Here you can see in Montego as the eye is approaching 2 hours ago. The eye is just about there now. So that is not the worst conditions, but the rain absolutely coming down in barrels and buckets, and you can't even tell where exactly are they on the ocean. It looks like the ocean was coming up. Here's some more pics, videos from the Kingston area. I mentioned they're not getting it as bad there, but it is still bad. This
This
is
is the
right from the airport.
right now. 250-mile-an-hour winds have ripped apart the airfield, and the storm surge has turned. This is the view from the Kingston terminal right now. 250-mile-an-hour winds have ripped apart the airfield.
Now, the Kingston terminal is right on the water there. Uh, the person reporting, they said 250-mile-an-hour winds, gusts. That's occurring in the eye. They're not getting those winds. Actually, I say the wind gusts there are maybe half that. But you can also see some of the reporters down here. And here's some more footage of the flooding. This is the Bob Marley Museum in Kingston, with the water rising up very close to the museum. It says the museum being destroyed by Category 5 Melissa. Now, I don't have any confirmation of that. I don't know exactly where that famous landmark is, but obviously the water is getting close. Here's some more pics coming from the
Kingston,
reporter.
Jamaica, where Hurricane Melissa is pummeling the island with sustained winds of 175 miles per hour. Conditions are deteriorating by the minute. Streets are waist deep with water, power lines are down, and emergency crews are racing to reach residents trapped by right here in Kingston, Jamaica, where Hurricane Melissa.
Yeah, some very dramatic footage there from Kingston, but I want to emphasize that uh, they did not get the full brunt of the storm in Kingston for sure, and they're not going to. So that's a little bit of good news. Some other pics here. This is from TikTok. You see here looks like people were evacuating. Let's see what this is.
Now in Montego Bay.
That is from last night when the storm was just approaching, and people were unfortunately looks like they waited to the last minute in some cases to evacuate. Hopefully, that wasn't too late for them, and you can see some more footage here. So, yeah, it is undoubtedly very bad down across, especially the western part of Jamaica right now, and the areas that are worst hit are going to be. We're not going to hear from them probably because the communications have been dropped out. This is also footage of the eye of the storm. This is straight from the hurricane hunter. Look at this. This is the hurricane hunters flying right into the eye. This is the eye you're looking at. The eye walls, those clouds you see. They fly straight into it, around the eye to get the measurements. They had to abort at least one mission down there because the turbulence was so bad. But they're doing an incredible job keeping everybody abreast of what is going on with this killer hurricane. So again, more information here. The storm made landfall pretty much where we thought it was going to. It may have taken a little left jog, so that may have spared Kingston, like I said, from a catastrophe. But, this part of Jamaica, unfortunately, there's not a lot of protection. So hopefully the storm surge and the worst conditions, maybe affected less populated areas or unpopulated areas. Here's the future uh, path of the storm coming in here. This is the advisory as of 11. The winds may actually be lower at the next advisory. I think they will be, but you can see the path going straight northeast across Cuba late today, tonight. On Wednesday, across the southeast Bahamas, the Turks and Caicos. It won't be as intense when it goes through there, and the western part of the Turks and Caicos, is where they're gonna see the worst conditions. And let me show you a future tracker quickly, where this is going now. Here's the storm about now over Jamaica, and it clears Jamaica. This is 8 o'clock. It starts to clear about then, and after dark, uh, it's much better. Just windy conditions, and then Cuba, they will have their share tonight into tomorrow. This is 11 o'clock. So tonight and tomorrow morning, it's their turn. The southeastern Bahamas will have theirs during the day, Wednesday into Wednesday night. The worst conditions will be over the southeastern Bahamas there. Some of bad weather also in places like here. This is Eleuthera, or I should say, I think that's Cat Island. That's Cat Island, Bahama. Farther west, this is actually where Nassau is located on New Providence, and they're not gonna see any major effects, but the Turks and Caicos and the Southern Bahamas will deal with Melissa in a weakened state, as we go through a time here. So that is the latest on the hurricane, and you can find us here, Weather Valet on YouTube right there. There you see us, and we're brand new. We're a new weather app and weather channel that has just started. So you can find us right over there, right here, Weather Valet on YouTube. We're also on Facebook. We are on X. We'll be posting updates here on X. Follow us there. And we really hope everybody made the preparations that they could. And hopefully, we can help with the cleanup, help with the people talking about sending out donations and things like that. Here's a post from uh, on Facebook where someone had shared something. I'll show you this. And someone had mentioned that there was a, let's see. Oh, don't see it now, but there's all kinds. It's an Amazon. Someone posted on Facebook about an Amazon um, kind of fundraiser or where people can send goods like food and things like that as well. So I'll post that in addition. So thank you for joining in. Again, Hurricane Melissa has made landfall. There it is. And it's going to continue to move on towards the north and northeast. Thank you for joining everybody and be safe out there.